We didn't have to do anything to find this deal other than post on social media.
Investor funding the whole thing cash.
I spent the day with the Fontaine brothers and Rory ESA Property down in Bournemouth. These are three young entrepreneurs, full-time in property in their 20s.
GDV of this project should be 600. This was bought for 355. We spent 100k on the refurb.
Rory, a young entrepreneur, only 21 still, showed me around HMO projects, one of many HMO projects that I say, that is a back to brick, over 100k conversion.
Break down the numbers on this deal then.
Yeah, so the rent to the landlord is $2,400 per month. With Roy's, this property do like $1,200.
Fontaine brothers have built up a following of over 250,000 engaged followers on their social medias, and they showed me around a HMO rent-to-rent project that they're earning over £1,700 per month profit.
This should be around about £1,700. Sound like you then.
Rory's built up his own construction company and he's managing on best part of 200 rooms already. You're gonna wanna make sure you hang around to the end on this one because Rory reveals the numbers of one of these HMO conversions, and make sure you smash that like button if you've not done so already. So just pulled up in Bournemouth just to meet Rory and the Fontaine brothers. Let's go into Rory's offices and meet the lads. Right, so I'm just sat in the office with Rory, the Fontaine brothers, and I'm just trying to persuade Rory to tell him how easy this is for him to create content. Because what we've got to do is we've just got to sit with him and watch what he does, because he's doing loads. So literally, I think this is all you need to do, is stick a camera on the side like this, take the conversations you're having, and just send it to somebody to edit.
I'm not sure yet. We might have an investor funding the whole thing cash, or we might do bridging and development finance, but yet to agree terms with the investor yet. Good bit of content there, RV.
The content vulture swipes again.
A couple of weeks left. Should be done within the next 2-3 weeks. But the layout works perfect because like they've done an extension over the carport here. It's the same place. That was the like living room, dining room. So they split out into two, and then two back on suites. That was just like the small bedroom upstairs. So we've got a little walk-in wardrobe. Bedrooms there. That was a family bathroom, so I studded that up, cut a door opening there. This is an extension over the carport, and then that was meant to be the ensuite for that room anyway, and that was a storeroom, so like all the ensuites just fit together like a jigsaw perfectly.
What are the numbers on this one then?
I can't remember what I bought it for. 330? Bought it for something like that. It should be worth 650. Refurb would be 70k. 440 total cost, 650 GDV.
And it's the one you're pulling more money out on top than you're putting in?
Yeah.
How much cash in total needed to go in and how much cash is coming back out?
I can't remember. I'll be honest with you, Harvey, it was so long ago.
Yeah, nice.
We started buying this March of last year.
Right.
And it took 8 or 9 months to go through legals. So it's been a long time since I've looked at these numbers. The only reason why I updated it because the rents have gone up and the valuation was less than it should have been compared to the other ones we've been getting. So I redid it and I thought, oh, this looks a lot better than it was. So
are the valuations like all like based on the rent then?
yeah, they're all
That rent multiplier.
Yeah, they're all commercial valuations. Yeah.
And what multipliers are you getting on these?
Between 8.89 and 9%.
Well,
Yield.
Oh, yield. Because it works in reverse of yield, doesn't it? Like it's weird.
Yeah, the lower the yield, the higher.
Higher the multiplier.
Yeah.
That's a pretty strong multiplier.
So we're just in, what area are we actually in? Winton in Bournemouth. Is it Bournemouth still? So I'm with the FontaineBrothers, in case you didn't recognise them. We're just walking towards one of their rent-to-rent deals. So do you want to run us through the numbers and how this deal looked?
Yeah, so we took this deal on a couple of years ago, and we actually got given this deal from our barber, who was building his barber shop underneath the HMO, and then because he's seen what we was doing on social media, he pitched it to the landlord for us, and then put us in touch with the landlord. So you don't have to do anything to find this deal other than post on social media. The rent to the landlord's $2,400. It's a 5-year term. Bills around $500-600. We could actually increase the rents because the HMO license was due when we was taking it on. So when the landlord was renewing it, they said that they could have 10 occupants. It's a 7-bedroom property.
Instead of 7, because it was 7 before.
Yeah.
Right, yep.
The landlord just said, well, can't we get couples in some of the rooms? And they come back and said, yeah, we can. So, and there's a huge demand for couple rooms, because most HMOs, if it's a 6-bed, they'll just have a license for 6 occupants. So no one can ever get a couple room. So yeah, it's ideal.
Even working out our numbers on this deal, we could get around $550 a month per room. But with the couples in there, you can bump it up to like $675, $695 per room. So
probably get much more than that today, because that's the same rents that we've had for the last 2 years, and the rents have gone up loads.
Yeah, all rents all across the whole UK have, yeah.
We probably get a lot more than that.
But even with what the numbers are doing from those rents, from what we originally started it with, the deal with voids makes $1,200 a month profit. And we only put in £1,700 to take this deal on. We had a rent-free period. We didn't pay a deposit. It was just little bits of furniture and like setup costs.
It was quite a good little negotiation we did with this one. Do you want to go to the front?
Yeah, wherever you just, I'll follow you.
The barber might come out and say, oh yeah, promote me, I'm the best barber in town.
Go on, let's point at the front then. I don't want to be collared by anybody. Is this it? Is this your barber's here?
Yeah, so
barber's
just above there.
So hold up 1 second. Where is it?
Just above there. There's barber shop.
Yeah, so we've actually done a full vlog on like getting this deal, and it's on our YouTube channel where we the whole process, wasn't it? We got recommended it, we negotiated with the landlords.
The return on this one is amazing because we only spent $1,700. That's including everything, getting someone to look over the contracts, the furniture, just literally everything. We paid the deposit replacement insurance, so we didn't have to put a deposit. So and the deal makes over £1,000 a month. So within 2 months already in the clear, we've got profit coming from it.
Yeah, wow.
And it's just a really good deal.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll put your link into the video in the comments as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so it's just that deal there, 294.
What one?
2948. So, was you film when we said about turnover?
Sorry, I pressed stop then. So not all deals.
So yeah, basically not all deals are like that, just as a disclaimer, but yeah.
This one's worked well.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you want to break down the numbers on this deal then?
Yeah, so the rent to the landlord is $2,400 per month, and it's a 5-year agreement, so we're halfway through it now. The total rent is around $4,200, I believe. 3 of the rooms go for $675 instead, the couple rooms, and 4 of the rooms go for $550. The total amount that we've got to pay is, including bills and everything, is around $3,100 a month. So even with voids, this property
Do like 1,200.
yeah, 1,100, 1,200. But like I said, there's not really there's not really a high turnover of tenants, so there's not really much voids. So yeah, plus we've got Rory managing it for a percentage of the profit, so it means it's just completely hands off for us. We take less profit each month, but we don't have to hear about it or anything. We just cash flow. Even with voids, this property
Do like 1,200.
yeah, 1,100, 1,200.
So if you want to learn more about this stuff, give us a follow, give Rory a follow, give Harvey a follow. We're the realest in the property game.
Check us out on YouTube as well. We've got loads of rent-to-rent content.
His current project, Rory. So do you want to run us through what is this basically, and the numbers on this basically is what everybody always wants to know. So
Yeah, so this is a 6-bed, or it is now a 6-bed all-en-suite HMO. It was bought as a 3 or 4-bed family home back in November, and we're pretty much at like the final stages of the refurb now. Yeah, so this room's pretty much done. Yeah, this used to be like the lounge / dining room. So we've got an ensuite.
So furniture wise as well, is this a furniture pack? Did you get this from like these landlord packs or?
No, we just go direct to a wholesaler. So we have accounts of 3 or 4 different wholesalers for the furniture. Because you know, you get it so much cheaper. You see the amount that's marked up. You know, I've seen Dunelm selling that for like 500 quid, and we're paying less than half of that. So yeah, it's definitely worth going to a wholesaler, getting something for pretty much everything.
Design wise, who designs these?
Myself.
Yourself?
Yeah. So for this, we do a service for investors where we find the property, do all the design, all the work, pre-acquisition, like evaluation packs, any planning, room drawings, all of that. And once the property's bought, we do the work in-house with my construction company, and then when it's at this stage, we start advertising, and then we'll let it out and manage it as well.
So this is communal, I guess, or?
Yeah, this is the communal area. We were originally going to have this as the kitchen. We decided against it 2 reasons. One being because we've got these 2 rooms here. For some reason, the fire brigade didn't accept having escape windows as good enough, and with the main source of fire being the 4-room cooker would have been there. They thought it was too high risk with that being the main escape route, so they asked us to put it there instead. And actually, it actually works out a lot better.
So what was this? Was this just an empty space before, or?
This was a downstairs toilet. So we've opened the roof up, put some Velux in, because otherwise it feels quite crowded. It feels a lot more light and airy now. This kitchen, it might look small, but it meets all the amenity standards that we need to in the area.
And was this the extras that you said it wasn't originally planned for?
Yeah, extras, putting the Veluxes in, putting a new roof on that as an extra. There's some cavity insulation extraction as well. Something the customer wanted is quite conscious on the energy performance. So yeah, they had all the insulation extracted, and like the new, it's basically like polystyrene beads put in, filling the cavities back up.
So this is an investor's, you're doing this project for an investor?
Yeah.
So how many projects you got on at the moment?
4.
Four.
Another one that we're completing on the 14th of this month. So this is like we're at the storage room at the minute, but you get the idea of it. These are the smaller rooms in the house, but you know, there's still 9.5, 10 metres square, and we've got the ensuite in here as well.
So every room got ensuite?
Yeah, everything's ensuite.
So what's this here? Is this a bedroom as well?
Yeah, this used to be the kitchen, used to be the utility room right there. This is where we put new water mains in. So instead of having the stopcock in the bedroom, we've shot the mains up into the loft where the boiler room is.
Right.
That's just where the boxing is. So we shot the mains up into the loft, you know, just because the old mains is not going to be kosher for having big bedrooms in the same way that just having the old country boiler is not going to work either.
And what sort of cost is it to upgrade, like, the mains coming in?
It's not too expensive. It's only, what, a day and a half digging it out, half a day for the plumber to fit it. So it's not.
Oh, you can do that internally, you don't have to get the water board to do it?
No, because it's all on our side of the line.
Right, okay, yep.
Yeah. I don't know if I've got it there.
Yeah, go on, you point up, I'll walk up.
Probably can't see anything, but we've got the boiler up there on the platform.
So heating system, what sort of cost are these heating systems to?
You're looking at about £3,000 in materials. Looking at about £3,000 in materials for a new system like that, and that'd be good up to £6.
Right. And what sort of time does it take to install that from a plumber?
About
About a week?
I mean, this is the boiler. Like, obviously not for all the first fix, like flow returns
Yep.
and pilot, but just for the actual boiler room, say 4 days, 5 days, depending on what the access is like, what it's
Yeah.
depending on all that.
So wow, these are nicer rooms, bigger rooms. So
Yeah, this is quite a common layout where we are, where we get like a small bedroom. I think this was like a small bedroom, like a little box from upstairs. These were the two like principal bedrooms, and then you got what was the family bathroom over there. And rather than trying to get like a 8-bedroom HMO with no ensuite, we'd rather just make this, an extension of this room.
yeah, kitchenette area.
Charge a bit more of a premium for it.
So kitchens, materials, where'd you get your kitchens from?
It was actually Howden's.
Howden's.
Yeah.
So what's the debate, isn't there? How should people go Howden's, LMPG? Do you not use LMPG?
I did, but they fucked me over.
Did they?
Yeah. Whether that premium or not. Well, what it is, like, the bottom line, the magnet are, with LMPG, it's going to be like the bottom of the barrel. They're not making much money on it.
Mm-hmm.
So when they've got all their private customers, I mean, we started ordering this kitchen like December time.
Yeah.
Couldn't give us a price or finalised drawings by like mid-Feb.
Yeah.
It's like, not good enough, so I just took the price. I know you're not meant to, but just took the price, went out and said, price match it? Yeah, they can. Done.
Yeah.
So,
Did I continue price matching it? Howden's told me before we can price match it each time, but I had to get a price each time, or are they just stuck with that?
Because they get audited. So you could be buying 1,000 kitchens off in a month, and they'll give you, a better discount than your average builder.
Yeah.
But yeah, because they get audited, they've got to prove why they're giving such a low price.
Right.
So they've got to have the evidence there if they do.
But don't what I mean though is they wanted me to come in with a new price every kitchen from Magnet. Mm-hmm. So you have to get the quote from Magnet each
All
time.
kitchens are different.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
we would do, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been able to get reasonably competitive prices.
Yeah. So these rooms, what are these rooms rent for then? These obviously.
So these two rooms actually already let. So
Oh, wow.
We haven't done the photography yet. It's not fully finished. Like, I've got the blinds up. We've still got a window board to go on up there. But yeah, this one's let for 885, and the other room at the front's let for 925 a month. So we've got two people referencing at the minute for these. But yeah, we're on the real last stage of the job now. So just getting like the final little snags done, like the window board there, blinds up. There's a wardrobe to go there and a little chair. So yeah, it's just like the final little stage. I think we've got a few Wi-Fi boosters to go in as well. In terms of the spec, I know something I said on videos before, but we really try and target these for the end user. So even though it's small things like intercom points, each room will have an Ethernet socket in as well. And obviously where everything's designed is designed for the furniture, so we know the sizes. There's a reason why that fits perfectly there, that fits perfectly there, and then all the sockets and all the lights are where they need to be. The wardrobe fits pretty much spot on in that gap as well, so everything's designed for the end user.
So this for the front door, like intercom.
Yeah, so the front doors, someone could answer it, they can open the door, let someone in. So I've been to properties that I managed before, and there's been a key in the key safe, and I thought, it's like R5, 6. Someone will be in, it's like a 7, 8 bed house. Knock on the door, ring the bell, no one answers. Go in, and then there's 5 people in the kitchen. It's like,
Yeah.
Whereas if you ring direct to the door, someone's like, well, it's for me, I should probably get up and not think,
Yep.
someone else will get it. So yeah, the additional cost is minimal. We go back to bricks pretty much all the time anyway. Other little things, like simple again, but PIR sensors in all hallways and communal areas, just so people don't leave lights on and don't have to worry about that. We also have Ethernet points, even though I don't think the cable's been put through on this one just yet. Not Ethernet points, built-in Wi-Fi.
Yep.
So we obviously have the main router terminating under the stairs, with this cable here will be for the Wi-Fi. And we've got 3 of those around the house as well. And then we'll have everything terminated under the stairs here, and obviously the consumer unit boxed in below the fire panel. Hardwired in Wi-Fi, so rather than having a black spot in the house, it's just what people expect now. So we've got Wi-Fi everywhere within the property, like good coverage. as well as obviously, if the tenant really wanted to, they could plug their own router into the Ethernet point which is under there.
So okay, then let's have a look at the numbers on this. It's a big question everybody asked, not including the finance cost, because you said there was 2 options on the finance, wasn't there? So
Yeah, well, originally the investor was buying it cash, and then thought this sale was going to fall through. I found him another property, and so we got that offer accepted, so we ended up buying 2 instead of 1, so that's why it didn't end up being a cash purchase. But yeah, this was bought for 355. We spent 100k on the refurb. Well, it's actually about 110 because we've done a few extras like putting a new roof on, new water mains. To 110k. We stayed in budget of what we estimated as well.
is that sorry to cut you there, is that including the furniture pack as well? Like the pack, the furniture?
The roof, that's everything.
Everything, yep.
Carpets, furniture, even like the soft furnishings and staging. Yeah, literally everything. The gross rent of this property will be 4,900 a month. GDV of this project should be 655,000. Now initially, when we had our pre-works GDV, this was done some time ago, and this came in at, I think it was 610 or 620, around that sort of mark. Because rents have been going crazy recently, it means that our end value is going to be going up also. So that change, and we've also recently seen that valuers have been given a lower yield multiplier as well, only by like 0.1, 0.2%, but it makes a massive difference in the value. So it should actually be worth a lot more than we had originally anticipated.
So if you want to explain that as well though, so a lower we're getting into
you have no idea the amount of times I've tried to explain it.
the lower the yield,
So I think the easiest way to try and get your head around it is, so when someone's valued commercially, they're looking at it from a point of, okay, this is going to be a commercial property. If an investor was to buy this, what yield would they expect? So for example, in Bournemouth, it's around the 9% mark. So they're saying, okay, if you were to buy something for a 9% yield, what rent would it get to get the value? So obviously the lower the yield, in theory, the worse the investment it is. For you as an investor with the end value, you want the yield to be as low as possible, because in theory it's going to be a worse investment for a new person to buy. So the difference between the rent you get and the end value is going to be greater, which means that your end value is going to be greater when you come to refinance. Hopefully that makes a bit of sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
But it takes a lot to get your head around, because it's like, well, sure you want the higher yield, but no, because you're getting the value and you want the biggest difference between the rent you're getting and the end value.
So the end value of this, based on the yield,
655.
655 now. So that's gone up from your original estimates.
Yeah, I mean it's still a good deal at that amount. I think for the value, I think we've gone a little bit conservative when we put in for the remortgage at like 645 or 650, something like that. Still, I think there's only leaving about 10-12 grand in the deal, so it's not the end of the world. I think the investor might even go for a 7% loan to value instead of a 25, because there's not going to be that much cash left in, and get a slightly better interest rate.
So what sort of cash is going to be left in this deal then?
Depending on what loan to value goes for, if it goes for 75%, it's going to be around about the 12 to 15 grand mark in terms of cash that's left in.
What, including your fees, is that it?
Yeah, so I mean, when I say cash left in, that's after everything, like purchase price, stamp duty, any of the pre-purchase costs like building control, solicitors, any of that sort of stuff. Yeah, everything. My fees, the refurb costs, furniture, everything.
And what's the cash flow going to be like for him? What's he got money in his pocket after bills going up and everything?
Yeah, the monthly profit on this one should be around about the £1,700. Sound like you then.
We've got to do the roundabouts. We've got to have the roundabouts in there. Roundabout.
Yeah. So the profit on this one should be around about £1,700 a month, and that's after everything. That's our management, so it's fully managed, all the bills, insurance, and a bit of contingency for any maintenance as well.
How can people work with you if they want to work with you on deals like this?
Yeah, so there's two main ways you can work with us. There's either, essentially, it depends on what the outcome is for you. Either you can own the property at the end, so if you've got in the region of 200, 250k, you can work with us, we can find your property like this, do the conversion, and then rent out and manage it. You own the asset at the end. Or let's say you don't have much experience, you want to get some money from cash you've got in the bank, you can loan us money with an interest return each month and fund the project that I'd buy myself. So yeah, they're the main two ways you can work with myself.
And what's your plans going forward? More of this, or?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the minute, you know, the area that we're buying, there's no Article 4, we can do everything under PD. Whether that changes in the future, don't know. So, you know, at the minute this works really well. Will it work well forever? I don't know. But, you know, at the minute this is getting really good returns for myself and investors, so we're just going to carry on doing it until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Basically.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick Rory's details in the description below. If you want to work with him on projects like this, just reach out to him or give me a DM. I'll give you an introduction to Rory. And my wife's living my terms. My mission is to help as many people live in their terms using mindset, financial education as a tool to do that. So please share this out if you found this valuable. And remember, if you don't evolve your ideas, you'll never live on your own terms. So evolve your ideas, live on your own terms, and have an amazing day.